Hey guys, Lizardlea here for Tiny Stockings flower. Maybe it's poinsettia? I'm not sure, to be honest. It's gonna be this one. There we go. Oops, wrong way, this way. So I'm gonna do that one, and I'm also, hopefully, I don't know if I'll be able to do it today or not, gonna do this one with 2 flowers, if it'll focus. It will not. Okay. But like they look like the same kind of flower, just different colors. I honestly don't know if poinsettias come in another color other than red. Because this one's a very, very, very light pink, almost white. So that's why the red one kind of throws me off on whether it's a poinsettia or not. I don't know. But I wore a floral shirt for my floral cross stitching, so I'm gonna go stitch now. Alright, so I googled it, and this was a really pretty one that I found. I don't know if they're real or not, but they sure look like poinsettias. So, yeah. Oh, what? There's bluish greenish ones? What? What? I remember seeing poinsettias when we were in Spain, and I only remember seeing bright red ones. But there could have been all kinds of colors. Alright, so it's gonna be called poinsettia.
Alright, guess who's here with me?
Who?
David is! My handsome man! You guys, he looks so nonplussed with me.
I think they know that.
So, we're gonna talk about a Kame ga Kill today.
Anime.
Over the video of a pretty flower.
I'm sure it's appropriate.
Not at all. So, yeah, if you guys don't want to
thing.
hear about a violent anime with deaths and blood and stuff, you should mute this. I'm not wrong.
It's weird though because like in comparison to many things that we've talked about and watched, I wouldn't put it that far up there on the like, oh, this is messed up list.
Yeah, but people who come to my videos wanting to see a pretty flower getting made.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely. Just about everything we talk about is utterly inappropriate for this channel. But in the scope of what we actually watch,
people are continuing to not tell me like, hey, you should talk about this. You should talk about this. So this is what happens.
400 comments on this video. Like, please, anything else.
Well, you know what? They'll have to give me something to talk about, because just anything else, I'll be like, okay, we'll talk about a different anime next time.
That's horrifying, yes. So, oh god, what was Vector?
Akame ga Kill.
I was gonna make a joke. Okay.
Vector?
Vector's...
Elfin Leaf?
Yeah, that.
I know what you're talking about. I've seen that one.
Yeah, I haven't. But...
No, you haven't.
So, Akame ga Kill. See, yes. We killed some time there. We'll easily make the 20... No,
no. We're like 3 minutes in.
So, that's 3... I can do 3 minutes all day. So...
What?
I did debate.
That sounds terrible!
It does. Even in context. But,
yes!
So yeah, the concept of Akame ga Kill, and we're going to dive right into spoilers on this one because it's hard to discuss without it. So, heads up in the off chance you like kind of well-made but violent anime that's kind of like couch potato-y and that it's not super deep but it's fun. Go watch it. It's recommended. Otherwise, yeah. So...
Okay, you know what? Since we're going into spoiler territory anyway...
Spoilers.
David and John were both like, Liz,
don't
have a favorite. Don't get attached. Like, that's what they just kept saying over and over again, is don't get attached.
Yeah, so for like extra backstory on this, I wanted to show you this a while ago, and I wasn't gonna tell you anything, and was just gonna.
Been so mean.
It really would have, because for those of you just joining us, Liz likes to get attached to characters in shows. She's one of those people who gets very emotionally attached to her characters. And Akame ga Kill is like a killing field for characters. It actually does a pretty good job of opening like a fairly standard anime and it sort of sells it. Like, it really animates all the characters in a higher quality. Like, you know when someone's going to die or they're not important because they're used, like, 3 colors and five strokes to draw them. But no, like, everyone's well drawn. He's coming from his small village to go to the big city. He's going to, you know, fight monsters and join the army so he can send money back to his village. And
But then he gets scammed by a lady with big boobs.
Yeah, he does, and she takes all of his money. She was going to help him get in the army, but she lied. And he split up with his buddies, so he doesn't know where they are. They all maybe got to the city at different times. But then this wonderful lady takes pity on him because he's sleeping on the street and is like, oh, you can come crash in my castle tonight. We'll help you out. And they meet the wonderful family, and they're all so great.
They're so nice, you guys, and they have wonderful food.
Yes, and then that night, the mother's talking about how great her hobby is when someone comes in and murders her, along with a bunch of other murderers, because you've heard that in the capital there's these assassins going around killing people randomly. So, lo and behold, it's aforementioned assassins who, if you've watched anything at all at this point, are in the freaking opening, so
Yep.
surprise. Long story short, he's like defending the lady who let him sleep there after the assassins have killed both her mother and father, only to find out that in the
Barn that they were heading to for safety.
that she was escaping to, yeah,
Mhm.
is where his friends who left the village with him have been tortured to death. Actually, one was tortured to death, the other was infected with diseases and is dying.
Yep.
So he's alive enough to be like, oh my god, it was that girl and her family before he dies.
Yeah, she tortured our best friend, but she didn't give in. Our friend never gave in. She fought till the end.
And then he dies, yeah. And then
No. And then our dude kills her.
Yeah.
He goes back to his friend and he's like, we're going to get you out of this. And then one of the assassins is like, oh no, he has, like bubonic plague or something. And he coughs up blood and then he dies in his friend's arms.
Yeah. So that was the first major twist, which was, it really sold this well. I've seen this done in a couple of things, the idea of like, oh, things aren't what they first seem. Like, I don't really want to name any of them because that's like a huge spoiler, but as far as this goes, it's one of the better executions of that whole concept I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
That's the first kind of twist. And then the second one is he joins these assassins because they're like, yeah, the capital is just abhorrent. Everyone there is terrible. Everything's corrupt from the top down, and it's just awful. So we're killing those people to try and cause a revolution because we're part of the army and blah, 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 blah. So he joins them, and they straight say that, like, yeah, this is a really dangerous job. Like, any one of us could die at any moment. And you're like, yep, heard that one before.
Yeah.
I've watched anime and Nope, they die at any moment.
Oh,
Many
yeah.
of them do. It is...
I mean, how spoilerific do we want to get?
So the first one that dies is the scissors lady, and then there's the armor guy, and then there's the transformer lady, and then
Okay, we're literally just passing over everything.
No, I
Okay.
was just saying, yeah, go all in on spoilers. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, so of the groups of people that you meet, like the protagonists, 2 of them are alive at the end. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And it's not even the 2 you would expect from that sentence.
One of them is.
One of them is, but it's not the 2 you'd think it'd be.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah, the one that is alive is the one you'll think would be alive for a whole...
Yeah, and then the other one, I was like, that one won't make it very far.
And yeah.
And then, alive! What?
Yeah. And so the other fun thing, so the anime is well animated, the character designs are cool, the weapons are kind of neat. It's got this weird idea of like imperial arms, which is really just a BS term for them to have really ridiculous weaponry. Everyone's got some unique thing, and it's
really unique,
Yeah.
actually.
That's where they're clever, is they've got lots of unique ideas. Like there's armor that can turn invisible and make you strong. Like, okay, fine.
Well, there's a gun named Pumpkin, where the more danger you are in, the more powerful it becomes.
Yeah.
Which is just terrifying, because, a dude was coming up behind her to assassinate her. Someone else took the guy out, but because she was still in danger, her gun was like just boom! Like, it was insane. It was awesome. I remembered its name. Also, I mean, Pumpkin is hilarious. But, so cool. The other one I liked was was it Kuro? Was that the dog one?
Yes.
It was the little teeny tiny little puppy thing. It was really chibi and it was adorable. And then when you activated it, it became this gigantic, huge, terrifying thing. And the woman who controlled it would be like, Kuro, arms. And then instead of having these little flabby flipper thingies, he got gigantic muscular arms. And when they wanted to go hardcore, he turned bright red. And it was awesome.
Yeah.
And he ate the girl with the scissors. And I really liked her, so it wasn't cool.
Yeah. And then later on, he also eats the girl he works with arms, because, like, that's how she changes weapons, because she basically gives up her body to science so she can have more guns put into her body. And he carries them around in his stomach, so she pulls out a cruise missile from him. Like, it's completely ridiculous. But it's very creative and very well... Not very well done, but well done enough. Like, it's fun.
Oh, yeah.
Dumb fun.
I do not regret watching it at all.
Yeah, and it's
super upset because, like, all of the big people I really liked died. But, you know, whatever.
It's only 24 episodes. And then the other fun but weird thing they do is... So they really sell how strong this one general is. Her name is Esteth. They set her up by saying that, like, okay, she's up north, she's fighting the really difficult to subdue northern tribe. No one's been able to do anything with them. She'll definitely crush them, but it'll take, like, a year. And then the very next cut is, like, she's already crushed all of them. And, like, they do a good job of setting up, like, this is the leader, and this is what he looks like. And he looks like an anime side protagonist. Like, okay, yeah, we're going to have, like, an arc of this guy, like, getting beat by Esteth and fighting her, and maybe he joins the rebellion. He's literally dead in the next scene.
Yep.
Because she's just that ridiculous. And
she uses ice powers, and she doesn't need anything to make the
ice. Not an amateur.
Yeah.
So she is completely, utterly ridiculous. She's overly sexy and blah, 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 blah. All the usual tropes. But she's a sadist. She's more of a sociopath? I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. She does not care. She enjoys torture.
Oh, yes.
But she decides she wants to fall in love. Because she's just suddenly decided this is what she wants.
Yep, it's time.
And so they set up a tournament because she has like this ridiculously long list of things that she wants out of the person that she's going to fall in love with. And lo and behold, the main character, Tatsumi, decides that he's going to go to the tournament to scout out Esteth.
Well, no, it's because he wanted to make money.
Well, no,
to send it back to his family.
That too, yes. But also the main reason was to scout out Esteth, and then he was also going to get the prize money and send that home.
Okay.
So he's like, okay, cool, so I'll go there. And so he wins his tournament match, and she's like, oh, yes, let me come give you your reward. And he's like, oh, okay, the prize money. He's, like, terrified because she's coming down to give it to him, so he thinks he's been outed, and they know he's an assassin, and they're going to kill him. And she immediately puts a dog collar on him and starts dragging him back and goes, you know what, I can't wait. And then hand chops him, knocks him out, and just takes him.
Yep.
So... yeah, the main bad guy is ridiculously, absurdly, stupidly in love with the protagonist. And is also incredibly dangerous otherwise. Oh, yeah. So, it's a really dumb idea that's done really well and really fun. And it's just... It was refreshing. Like, there were a lot of neat ideas. They're not all done to the best of their ability. There's a lot of things I wish they'd done differently or just done better or whatever. The manga is longer, but not that much better. But, yeah, it's a really, really, really unique show, I think is the word. It is violent.
Yes, it is. People lose limbs a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of limb losing. It does not... yeah, it goes... in on the whole, like, yes, this is awful. I don't know, the characters are really fun, too. It's a little annoying that, like, you can pretty much tell how soon they're gonna die by, oh, look, it's your backstory. But that doesn't always happen.
This is true. So, spoiler territory, your favorite character was the guy with the wires. Mm-hmm. Lub. That was his name.
Name your favorite character.
Susanoo was my second favorite character.
Yeah, but I asked for your favorite character, dear.
My favorite character was the robot that the armor that...
What's the name of the armor, dear?
That the Pompadour guy had. I don't remember
Her favorite character's name is Bulat, and I keep telling her this.
Yeah, I don't remember. Anyways. Lub had super cool powers. Like, he had wires, strings, whatever you want to call them, and he could, send it out in, like, a bubble around him, basically, so, like a shield, so people couldn't get to him. He could put it all together and make, like, a javelin, so he could make something big enough to pierce armor. So cool. You get his backstory pretty early on, where, like, you find out, yes, he is madly in love with the boss lady. And so I was like, "Oh, he's gonna die." And then he made it several more episodes. And he had the highest kill count of any character.
Pretty much almost to the, like, right before the final fight. He's the pre-climax climax.
Yeah, I did not see that coming at all.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh, he's the one who's in love with the boss. Aw, he's not gonna make it long. No, he was a super badass and made it very far and got the most kills.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and Liz
or at
predicted
least the most major kills, I guess.
Yeah. Liz predicted that Esteth was going to kill half the team.
Oh my god. Okay, so as soon as we met her, I was like, yeah, she's going to kill half of the assassins. And then David was like, oh? I was like, yeah, you know, like, right now, when she appeared, there were, what, 4? It was right before Chelsea and Susanoo. Susano. So, okay, it was really confusing,
I know,
you
they
guys.
changed it.
They were saying Susanoo, and it was spelled Susano, which it was like Susano that Sasuke used in Naruto. But they kept saying Susanoo, and I was super confused. And then, like, the last 2 episodes, or, you know, that he was around for, they started saying Susano. And I was just like, what? Like, you don't just change a character's name. Like, even if you've realized you've been mispronouncing it, I feel like it's just... You just gotta stick with what you got, man. You know, whatever. But I remember Chelsea's name. And Susanoo. But, what was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying.
You were going on about how Lub made it farther than you thought, and then we were talking about... Actually, I don't know where you were going.
Yeah, I don't either.
Well...
What was I talking about?
I forgot what we were doing, Crimmit. Susanoo Blot, blah, 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 blah. See, it was your turn to talk and my turn to not have to remember.
Yeah, and then you started reading something and you were smiling about it and it distracted me. And then I distracted myself because I couldn't remember names and you mocked me. And now I don't know where
Esteth, how she's going to kill half of them.
Yes, thank you.
Someone has
to
remember things.
we had like 4 people remaining.
At that time.
And I was like, yeah, she's going to kill half. So right now there's 4, she's going to kill 2. And then Chelsea and Susanoo joined. And I was like, okay, well, if it happens now, she's going to kill 3 people because half of 6 is 3. And then David got all uppity because he was like, no, you can't have it both ways. If it's 6, you know, it's 3. You don't get to pick. You said half at that point. That means she's going to kill 3 people. And I was like, no, it's half at any point. Like, if she's still alive and there are 2 people remaining, she's going to kill one of them. And I'm still correct and she killed half. Well, she didn't kill anybody. So I don't know why David kept that going on for so long. But
it's fun to wind you up.
It was pretty cool. Like, she was awesome. The only thing that annoyed me was her death, because Akame killed her, or, well, cut her with her sword. And the sword that she has, if it cuts you, even if it's a teeny tiny cut on, like, your baby toe, you're gonna die. So she cuts Esteth on the arm. And I called this super duper freaking early on when we first met Esteth. I was like, if Esteth gets cut, like on her arm or her leg, she's going to cut that arm off. She's going to cut the limb off. And then she did. And I was like, yeah, I was right. She's such a badass. And then they kept fighting. And then she got cut, like, on her chest and her tummy. Like, it was bad. There was no way she was going to survive this. Mm-hmm. And every previous character... they died within 10 seconds of getting cut. Yep. Like, the curse marks just flowed out from the wound and they died. Esteth was alive for a good 2 minutes after she got...
she had to walk over.
Yes,
embrace...
she walked over to Tatsumi. She put her arms around him and held him, encased them in ice, and then they exploded into glittery ice particles.
Glittery ice particles.
That's
is
what
that
it
the
looks like.
scientific term for
Yes,
that?
yes it is. Absolutely.
Glitter ice, yes.
Glitter ice.
Oh no, it's in the house.
Particles.
Now it'll be everywhere forever.
Whatever.
Whatever.
So, what was the name of the armor? The armor was my favorite character.
Yeah, okay, dear.
Dang it, this doesn't list, like, any... This Wikipedia page is the least helpful thing I've ever
How
seen.
dare Wikipedia not know the anime armor name?
Well, it doesn't even name the characters. Blot. His name is Blot.
Yes, dear, I told you that.
Comic. Well, I just remembered it on my own. Blot armor. His armor is named Incursio.
Yeah.
Incursio was my favorite. Okay, straight up, first episode, you meet the assassins. Incursio is in the back, and I was like, I like the armor. And I was really hoping I would get a moment where it's like, ah, yes, Ava won. I was correct, and I win. It's a word that I can't
Person?
think of. No, it's a secret thing. Like, it was a way to get what I wanted without getting there. And so I still won. But then Tatsumi got the armor, and then he died and turned to, sparkly, glittery ice particles. So Incursio died in the last episode. And I didn't win. And Susanoo died. And I missed him. But if I could have anybody's powers, I would want Chelsea's powers. Because she could turn into whatever she wanted. And that was pretty freaking awesome.
Right.
I don't know. I had nothing else to say. And I
No,
thought
that's
of it.
fair.
And it was a thing. And we have like 2 minutes. What
No,
powers do you want?
Obviously, I definitely like Lub's powers. His name's technically Lubbock, but whatever.
Whatever.
Because I always liked the like infinite wire string thing. It's always very cool when animes pull that off. And have any movies done it? I don't know. Whatever. The armor is neat because it's armor and you can jump higher and run faster and go invisible, and obviously all that's cool. I like the other armor, Grand Chariot, which is worn by Wave.
That one was really cool.
It just looks neat. It looks like a mecha, basically.
It was really cool.
We don't really see it do anything in the anime. The manga, it does a lot more, but I really like it. There was some manga-only stuff, I think, that we didn't see.
Well, I didn't read the manga, so I don't know.
I know, I was trying to remember if it was manga-only. I like Shambhala, the one that the minister's son had, the thing that, like, teleports.
Oh, that gigantic thing?
No, it's the little thing that he holds and he can teleport
Oh,
people.
the cousin.
Yeah, son.
I thought that was the cousin.
No, it was his son. That's why it's even
okay.
funnier when he's like, oh no, my son is dead! Oh well.
Love took him out. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. That was a really good fight.
That was a really good fight.
Because it's my two favorite weapons, probably, in the anime. What does the rest of the main cast have? Pumpkin's neat.
The scissors were interesting, but I don't want gigantic scissors.
the one thing that I kind of regret about the show is that, like, they have these really clever ideas, and you're like, oh, they could use these in really interesting ways in the fights. And nah, they don't have time for that.
Yeah.
People don't live that long. We're not going to get clever here.
Yep.
You're going to see this person use this thing in like 3 fights, and then they're dead. And we'll never speak of it again, except to piss someone else off later.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but it is fun. I don't know, like, they're, I don't know, yeah, they're all cool.
It's true.
No, I'm yawning. It's from all that yawning you did yesterday.
I'm very empathetic.
You watched a video about yawning.
I know, it was about empathy, and I'm yawning now.
Why are you yawning?
Because you yawned! Ugh, you suck.
I've ruined everything!
That's the end of the video.
I love you, dear.
And that is the end of Tiny Stockings Poinsettia. I got 3 hours and 16 minutes of footage. It has way more orange in it than I thought from the picture, but it looks like a sunset. It looks really cool. I like it.
It's a poinsettia.
A poinsettia is a flower, honey.
I said it's a poinsettia.
Ah, I thought you said what's a poinsettia. And I was like, you don't know what a poinsettia is?
You've only done like 4 of them.
Since I've been with you, this is the second one I've done.
I was close.
You were half off.
You're just close.
No. If I had done like 25 and you said 50, everyone would be like, wow, he's really overestimating how many she's done.
I'm not even off.
You
by a factor
doubled
of
it.
10.
You doubled it.
It's not even a factor of 10.
I have nothing else to add. So Like, subscribe, share, comment, all that jazz. And I'll see you guys next video.